All right, I think I'm finally here. I'll go ahead and verify my channel. It seems like it's live. Seems in multiple places like it's live. I think we're good. Very nice. Okay. And so it's been a hot minute, to say the least. And I've got good excuses for that. I feel like they're good at least. It's hard to say. But there has been quite a bit going on in my life. Quite a few things been good things. Nothing too bad. So, first of all, I got married. And getting married, it turns out, is a little bit of a time-consuming ordeal. A little bit of a change of pace for me and everything. And then I also got a new house. I moved in, had to swap everything over, and I haven't had until like just now to finally feel like I've got everything put together to a point where I can start doing stuff again. I can start streaming, I can start uploading videos, working on them, and I'm so excited because I've been craving working on Space Aces, but of course that has not been an option. I've been working on a little bit more pressing things. And so today we're going to be kind of flying around looking at details that we can add, things we can do to minorly tweak how things are working, and especially how they're looking. Because I've had this map actually set up for a hot minute. I've had both the space, what is this called? Moonbase. I have Moonbase done. I have had somebody else has been working on Penal Colony, which is in kind of an interesting spot right now. I don't really know what's going on here. Ruins is almost done. This has been in a video, very brief video. There's some little balls everywhere that didn't get cleaned up. That's okay. This, I think, actually is done, other than the minor detailing. So you'll notice throughout most of these maps, there is going to be boxes everywhere. And these boxes are just a placeholder. I'll actually talk about these more in the video that's coming up. I'm hoping to get done with that, but that just depends on how I can format everything, make sure it works. So they're placeholders for like slightly more important or just more detailed things, more specific things. Not everything can be a box. You fly down here. These can be kind of boxes rather. But these don't really work as just crates because we're in space. Not everything's going to be wood. It just simply doesn't make sense. There's no reason to keep it that way. Anyways, that's Ruins. It's been working great. We've got Frigate. This has been work in progress. It's a capture the point map. The main point is here in the middle. And we're doing some different texturing blocks. Trying to find the balance between several different types of textures. Now everything's going to be 32 by 32. That adds a little bit of difficulty to designing. How do you make it look good without it being overwhelming, or especially with Minecraft, it can be kind of crunchy if you aren't careful. Some placeholder textures. Aqua Base isn't done. Arena hasn't been started. I've done a tiny bit in Dark Lair. Dust Temple hasn't been done. Now, Great Caves actually has quite a bit. Oh, causing a little bit of lag there. Interesting. Little bit of spoiler, but this will be a payload map, and I'm kind of excited to see how it plays. I've tested it a few times, but after a certain while, you don't really know. Like, I've been playing 1v1 a few times, and that just, at a certain point, doesn't give you the full picture, right? But we've been doing custom textures for everything. No texture should be vanilla by the end of the day. This isn't vanilla. This is actually upscaled version of Tough. I don't know if I want to keep it as simple as it is, but that's just the way it is. These are similar to vanilla, but they're not. And I think that's kind of it for the textures. So we're going to be focusing mostly on Moonbase today, and I kind of want to try to get a more full picture of what the whole map is going to look like when it's completely done. And I want to get one map to that point before I start doing all of the other ones. So kind of as a little bit of a safety measure to make sure we're not missing anything too obvious. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a phone call, but didn't recognize the number. Probably just garbage. Oh, I gotta rebind that control. I jump down to R. I don't want that to reload shaders. I want 0 to do that. So I can do, yes, do that. There we go. Axiom is a great mod. I'm a convert. I do have world edit on this server as well. Okay, so right here, oops. This is supposed to be a moon base, so basically there's going to be different things throughout this that are, in terms of lore, very old. Like, this is going to be kind of like retro fitted with newer technology. So there's going to be some old things that kind of still work. But it's going to be one of the earlier colonies that has been kind of overran by the RLU, the Raiders League. So I'm trying to find that balance. And right now, it's not there. It's kind of like a normal build. But the goal is to make it to where it's a very plain. Like, this is supposed to be more the RLU side. That's why there's a little bit more orange on it. We fly over here. There's a little bit more blue on this side. Of course, you got this big orange pillar. But nothing too much. I don't know if this is affecting you, but the music's a hair loud for me, so turning it down. And so the main thing we're doing today is these boxes. Like, what are they going to be? We want to have cover. We want to make sure the game plays well. Like right here, you can use this pillar of this information booth. These are actually buttons. So that's what the button looks like normally when it's pressed down. It does that. But with Axiom, you can actually do something called Tinker. Right click it and you have to hold shift. No? Oh, no updates. You do that and then it doesn't update itself. And it can stay down. And what's cool about that is players can't come and press it later. It's permanently like that. So it's like a free custom block that you can add to the game. And you can do that with pressure plates and other things. I even made this so that if it's on the side of a thing, oops, like these, you can do sideways lights, or what we're going to use them for here is actually a projection. So this is going to be a texture, custom texture that's, I guess, what is that, 64 by 96. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up GIMP. And as that's booting, I'm going to, I just updated GIMP, okay, whatever. Should update all your tools before you get started and they still throw errors at you. Okay. So if I jump to GIMP, does this even jump to the right thing? Oh, it does. That's awesome. Sweet. So if I do a new file, and width is 96, height is 64, because it's 3 blocks wide and 2 blocks tall, but you got to multiply that by 32, of course. And I forget to add transparency. And add it here, delete it. I'm thinking lime is going to be the hologram texture, like the color of holograms. In general, that's not a hard rule, but I kind of like that. And I think I'm going to do maybe a full green, like that, the brightest green you can, but at 10% opacity even. It's very faint. And maybe I can put the opacity to 50, and we can even make a little bit of a laser border. Something kind of like that. Corners are doubled up, but that's fine. Don't tell anybody. And I'm going to export that. I'm going to export it as a welcome hologram texture. So grab the desktop. So where I put this? Wait, where did I export that to? Is it documents? Oh, oops. And go to my .minecraft. Saves. Nope. Saves as resource pack. Do a little bit of jumping around. I'm going to consider this a block texture. And I'm going to put it in Space Aces. Maybe I'll put it in just map. I'll create a folder called map. You can't see any of this, don't worry. And then another folder for Moonbase. And then finally, I will paste it here. Okay, now that that's done, we'll open up Blockbench, which, do I have it even open? Is that even an option? Let me see here. Window capture. I don't have Blockbench as a there we go. Here we are in Blockbench. Very nice. Oh, I definitely need to update this. Can I survive? Probably. New. And actually I'm going to do a cool trick called you don't create new stuff. You just throw an old other texture on there. And that way you don't, or a different model, and that way you don't have to restart. So, let's see. Weak heal active, sure. And then we want to... No, I don't want a project. And we're not going to put it in an item, we're actually going to put it in... Oh, you can't see this. Do we want it in an item? There's no reason to not put it in an item. Yeah, it's better there. Okay. Map slash moon base slash welcome sign. Actually, it's welcome hologram, I believe. Oh, you can't to manually create the folders. That's annoying. Map. And I should have called it arena, but it's too late. Okay. And so now we're going to file. And I'm going to move that actually into item. It just makes it easier. And so got this. The main trick is we want to actually center it. Is it centered? No. There we go. I think. And we want it to have 0 width. Okay. So I could just make this the right size, I think. Then I wouldn't have to scale it. I don't think that's the right call, though. I think you don't want to go beyond a full block. So... but it's so easy, because I just do this. 32. And then put that -8. Then you just throw the welcome hologram on both sides. East. Oops. It's always good to remove faces. It makes it so much easier. There we go. Very nice. And I'll go ahead and save this. Outside of Minecraft, if I jump there, and actually I need to, inside of the items folder, I do need a folder now. Map. Moon base. And actually, I'm just going to steal Acacia boat. Sure, I like that. And welcome hologram. And instead of going to the Acacia boat, we go to item, map, moon base, welcome hologram. Okay. So now if I reload my resource pack, I don't know why I have Audacity open still, but that's okay. And I think I can give myself item model equals. You can do that and just get like a broken piece of stone. I don't know if this is. Let me look at the format for this real quick. It's in the same path in every place. Might be the same thing, but without the Minecraft colon item. That's it. Oh, of course it gets filled. Now I've got this like green screen. Kind of an interesting texture in my inventory. It would be good to go ahead and spawn in using command blocks this item. Don't worry about it. It's supposed to be big. Doesn't have the good autofill. I'm pretty sure it's just item, but I don't feel like figuring it out. Item display. Okay, I'm going to use green stained glass instead. And if we do item model, that might help with the texture problems that we had. There we go. Yeah, it's -1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't need those on. Okay, that's actually kind of sick looking. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I just spawned another one. We want to add a rotation, pitch, and yaw. 0, 90. And we'll make this 3.5. We'll kill both of them. I don't really like that activating the trapdoor. I think I got my yaw and pitch mixed up. I always do that. Easy mistake. Okay, wait, that's sick. Okay. And because it's a hologram, it's okay if you walk through it. And that's kind of part of the game design is you can see through it and you can shoot through it. But because it's a hologram, it doesn't matter. Like that's part of the environment. It's not a blockable thing. Okay, so that's actually kind of sick. I almost want these to be green, though, is the problem. That's kind of annoying. I'm going to keep them simple. Oh, is this like opacity, like 0? Wait, why can't I see this? Let's go back to GIMP. Baptiste alt, yeah. And so that's something I could do is something like in Overwatch, a Baptiste alt type of situation where, and I'll go back to, oh, I got a dragon, that's kind of goofy. Okay, I didn't set that up right. I like it. And I'm gonna make it Minecraft font. Where did that go? Goofy. Okay. Welcome to Moonbase. And this isn't actually that like good looking, but it's kind of a proof of concept. And what I can do on top of that is based on where the yellow things are, I can kind of estimate be something like this. Or I can even make it so that it grows from the corners. Minecraft music is trying so hard. Maybe I cannot make it any quieter. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so if I export that, which I didn't do right because it's kind of annoying. Go back to my desktop and almost replaced. Item. Okay. We'll reload. Yeah, that's so cool looking. It's so simple. And it should be the same on both sides, yeah. That's just part of the hologram. Now I could just do the text with a text display, but we're going for the actual square around it, which you can kind of also do with the text display. And so these, maybe I want to make a separate model for like an emitter, a projection emitter, basically with the other button. It's actually a very simple effect, but it does a lot. Okay, maybe I could use crimson buttons for like a and if I turn on both of those, okay. Oops. Minimize Minecraft, everything disappears. Let's go ahead and swap back to GIMP. Bonk. And actually Blockbench. And so I'm going to leave this as is. That can stay the same. This is actually perfect. This is. And if I export this, warp button, what did crimson? Okay. And just briefly in game, I'm going to check, make sure that the texture. Okay. Does that do the same thing? No. Okay, perfect. That's fine. Okay. So we want to create a new texture. Let's delete this one. And I think we should go kind of an invert of this. So if we go stick with something like that. So maybe not like that, but it's an easy way of doing that. I think the easiest way is just 2 squares. So here's a pretty neat trick you can do. Is auto UV that, yeah, okay. You can actually duplicate this. And ooh, do I want to make it longer? Because I could make it the whole length of the block. Let's do that. I think that would be cooler. And then we'll delete this one and duplicate this one. The elements. And so this one's actually going to be inverted. Is that an option? I don't think so, but I can always do like here, size -2. And then move that in the same spot. Okay. We'll see. You'll see why I did that in a second. I think the height is only half a pixel. Size Z. I could shrink this more actually. I think I want to keep it beefy though. Okay, so we're going to auto UV. Does that apply to everything? Can I reset faces? Okay, so it's a texture, of course. Yeah, the lobby is going to be pretty neat when it's finished. I'm just excited for getting like one map, quote unquote, done, and then expanding that to a million other things. Like that's going to be super cool. Okay, pixel density is going to be 32x. The name of the texture. It's in map mono base. Sounds bad. Map moon base, and then we will put that inside. Call it. Actually, it should be in just space aces. I'm gonna call it a hologram emitter. Rearrange UV, perfect. I think that did what I wanted it to. Oh, one at a time. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna delete that one, first of all. And then if we go to paint, go to eraser, and we're going to actually erase that part of it. And for now, we're gonna keep this kind of a simple, boring gray texture. It's actually kind of a very pretty blue color. And I'm gonna wrap this just in case the texture it does end. Doesn't matter here, but this could technically be deleted. I'm gonna add it just in case though. And then this thing. Okay. I think that's right. Now if we delete that, now here we can actually I should have changed this one first. what's happening. Oh, it doesn't want to snap to... Okay. Okay. So, shrink this one a little bit. I don't... There we go. Okay, there's only one side that I can actually just flat out delete. And that's actually the underside. Now if I click on that, that's not what I wanted. Remove face. Okay, and the rest, go back to paint, go to full lime. Pixel density is a little not right there, but that's fine. Ooh, got some more Mario music. Like it. Okay, so I do want to fix the UV before it causes a problem. It should be half of what it is, yeah. I don't think these changed though. These probably did. Okay. Now if we combine the textures, you get this like little green laser bar. Let's try it. Oh, okay. Then an item. Oh, I don't have a space aces. Go ahead and create one. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's see if this even works. Oh. Now you don't get any depth, which is kind of unfortunate. But that is so sick looking. Yeah. I like it. It does have depth, right? A little bit of Z fighting there. Maybe it doesn't have depth. That's like a different texture. Looking at this, there doesn't seem to be a problem there. I'm gonna see if I can open up it in GIMP. Nope, I don't want to use whatever I just opened. I would like GIMP because GIMP actually works. Okay. No, I don't know. That's definitely a texture. There's nothing there. I could do something like that. And then have the green inside be actually white. Oh. Let's try that. And I think I can delete this texture. Get rid of the hologram embedder. Something's not right there. Is it? Oh, it's a block. Okay. So is it just getting nothing? If I grab that and delete it. Yeah, there's no... Are negative sized parts of blocks? No, they work. Huh. I mean, it's nice that you can... Actually, this would be really nice just for, like, wires on the ground. Sweet. Buttons on the walls get kind of messed up, too, if you don't have them rotate as necessary. I'm kind of got a dilemma here, because I like the way these look, but I don't like... Like, I want to see the depth. And, like, do we give up the depth? Is that better? Or should we keep it? Because there's another solution to this, and it's kind of just less than ideal. Let me show that. Yeah, so if I take this one, let's hide this one for now, and shrink it to what, half? And then duplicate it and pull that back over. I don't remember where my... Oh, okay. And then I do the same thing on the ends. Actually, if I leave it like that, then... Let me delete this face first of all, so there's not Z fighting. Sure. We're butchering this model. But if we go back to Minecraft, do we see the depth? Yeah, we do. And that's the problem. You see the depth, but that's because you're literally drawing more polygons. And it's Z-fighting with the floor, which is fine. We can fix that. Do I like that? That's kind of sick, right? I'm gonna say that's better. Okay. Which is kind of annoying because... Let's just delete this texture. Okay. And at this point, this doesn't even need to be negative. It can be just very... Oh, I don't like it being a quarter of a pixel, but I guess it has to be. Okay. Oh, And we'll put it in Space Aces. And go. Okay. Did that keep the face deleted? All of the faces I wanted are gone. Dang it. Okay. Let me delete that actually. Okay, I'll just copy that for now. Okay. Now we'll create a texture. Oop, not import. Music's really going ham. Hologram emitter inside of Space Aces. And keep the pixel density. Everything else is fine. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. I think. I hope. And we'll just do... I guess I'll keep the green. What is this thing? I don't want this. Get out. I guess I can dock it. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what that was about. So the problem here with these is that they are half a pixel and they're also the end. Does it look better if they're green or the sides of it? I think it looks better if they're going to be the sides of it, which is fine. I think that'll look better. This is a music. I think it's from... Well, I don't... What's that game called? Yeah. Ukulele. There's some good music in that game. Okay. Let's just fill bucket. Blanc, blanc, blanc. Now we'll save. We'll replace that texture. Yes. And go back into Minecraft. This is less than ideal, but it's better. Yeah. That's kind of what we wanted. And now we have a green laser wire that we can put places. If we so desire. I feel like the one on the wall should be... It's funny how it's... Texture's like upside down. I think the one on the wall should always go vertical. I feel like that will be more useful than the horizontal. And if so, I can always just make another one. Okay. So I like that. I just don't like how green that is. I think it needs to be more white. Yeah, you can also use redstone as a wire. That's not a bad choice. That would definitely be a pretty solid idea. This time we're actually looking at GIMP. Oh, Oh, I guess I could just minimize things. Okay, so these are not used, which I should... Let me delete those inside of the texture real quick. Because that's just filling up space. Edit. Remove face. Make this one invisible. Remove face. And that just helps with optimization quite a bit, actually. Okay, we'll save that. Go back to here. Yeah, it would. It just takes a lot of effort to fix how that works. So there's a whole bunch of block states for redstone because you have not just every direction, so you have to make every individual model. And it solves it in some ways. It solves like going around corners. But the redstone can't go vertically still. It will be... I would save it. That's like a good idea. I would save it for a more generally useful item or a block. So like green is kind of specific to holograms and space aces. So it's okay if we do this, but I don't want it like... We don't need wires to be always hologram. Like it's kind of a bonus that we can use it that way, but it's going to be actually generally not used that way. Okay, I like this. Oh, it's because the opacity's really low. It's to be kind of blown out. Okay. Gain some there. You can go ahead and delete these two lines because they don't do anything. And the rest of this texture can be... Let's go ahead and add a noise filter. Let's go ahead and make it aggressive. Just for now. And go inside of Minecraft. So it makes it just a little bit nicer to have that noise. And the lime... Yeah, the white kind of sticks out better. And like, if you're using it in a non-green space, this is generally just a little bit more useful. That's something I gotta figure out for the stupid... The particle UV. There's like weird like hashtags floating around in midair when you jump over it. It's not ideal. Okay. So if we want to keep this... Do I have a zoom? Let's get a spyglass. Spy gas. So generally, even though this is like the lighter part of the block, these would be the lighter because they're got light reflecting off of them. And then the outside will be the darkest part of the block, which that's already true. So let's see if we can kind of do that. I'm going to undo my noise. And of course I have no idea which color is which. Looks like it is one of them is going to be, if I do this is kind of how you can figure out. One of them is going to be this one, and then the other is going to be this one. So the like first and last one. So minimize block bench. And I don't even know if I want this color. I kind of like it, but... It's like not even noticeable. Let me make it like really bright just so we can exaggerate it. I think I'm just fighting the vanilla Minecraft shading. And just from guesswork, I almost got this color the same as that one. You see that? That I didn't do that by chance. Or man, I did that by chance. I didn't do that intentionally. Like those, especially from this angle, these two look almost like the same color. They are different. And I bet with YouTube compression and everything, it probably makes it even more drastic. Interesting. We gotta really slam that. Okay. Watch me just be changing completely the wrong thing. Okay, so that's definitely different. That's definitely different. I like that. I want it to be brighter in there because... And I think just as a color, I think that's pretty sharp looking. I think that looks nice. Okay, I'm gonna add the noise back. And I think we're kind of done with this. Look at that. That's so simple. Oops, I got so much stuff on the menu. So simple, but adds just a lot of depth. And now I can add wires. They won't be running this way. Although that actually looks kind of sick too. Just the color like that. Let me show you. Let me see if I can even show you. So it's in the block states folder, and the other one is the warped button. Is it pressed warped button, or is it just warped button? And then we have the crimson button. Are these not in alphabetical order? Okay, let me see if I can open this up. Okay, this is kind of a little bit okay. That'll work. It's not the best. So this is the warped button, which is the fixed one. And there's like special conditions in it. I think I could just copy this and just paste it here and then find warped and replace it with crimson. And that would be like the first step. Back to Minecraft. Yeah, so that fixes it so that it's like a laser beam across, which does look kind of sick, actually. That looks so cool. Maybe not like here specifically, but just in general. Like little lasers and lines like that add so much. Especially if you like doubled it up. Watch this. Yeah. Okay. But that's actually not what we want. So the trick is we have to look at the condition. So this is facing, doesn't matter because no matter what, when it's facing something, we want to flip it 90 degrees anyways. We just want to look at if it's on the wall. So we look at our, back to our coding. if it's on. So it's on the ceiling. We don't want to do anything, which we do actually want to check that, make sure that works. Ceiling, 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 floor, skip the floors. They work great. Okay. Wall, powered false, wall, east, power true. We'll do north first. So this is the condition we're looking at. X is already set to 90. Maybe we can set it back to 0 and see if that's it. No, that's definitely not it. That's how the default looks. So back to Minecraft. This is what it looks like if I change that. So the button's actually here, but visually it's rendering here, which is not the way it should work. So we want to keep that. So it must be either Y or Z. And I have a bad time knowing these for sure. Like, this is just guesswork for me because it's faster than... Okay. I was rotating it that way. That's actually kind of funny looking. Let me change it to Z. Well, okay. I don't know. Maybe I set X back to 0? No, that's not it. Maybe Z isn't an option. That might be possible. Okay, here's the... It should be, though. Do I have to have Y as well? Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, maybe. No? I don't have any proof that this would work. I just have me bumbling around like an idiot. Maybe this doesn't work. They might not have programmed it because like the average person wouldn't rotate it this way. They wouldn't need to. The only other thing we might be able to steal from is let's look at the lightning rod. X, Y. And you also have textures if it's on. Okay. Alternatively, I could just duplicate the model and just rename it, like called 90-degree version of this. That I don't have to think about it. Let me check if that'll even work. So if I go to Unity? No. I still have Unity on here. That's kind of funny. As a source. Okay, let me... Nope. I mean, that's kind of what I wanted, but it's so far away. Why is it so far away? Okay. So if I save that, then go back to Minecraft and reload. Yeah, so that would work. And I can just export that as a separate thing. Dang, that actually looks kind of sick with where it lines up in the block. Because it does every other. Ooh. I like that. Okay, that just tells me I have to do this now. Because from a distance, it just looks like those two are like lasers powered up. And then we could actually, because they're separate blocks, you can actually make it like a animated texture. Oops. Okay. I mean, alternatively, I could just leave them all the same and then just make these always be 90 degrees. Then I don't have to... Which is, like, not perfect, but it's kind of fine. Don't tell anybody I said that. Are these technically the same? No, they're not. Okay. Okay, so what I'm looking at here... Down here by Powered True, see how this is facing north and this is facing south? These are two different blocks, but because they are kind of duplicates anyways, we could make the north and east versions of them, or north and west, or south and east, or south and west. It doesn't matter. We can make half of them. It doesn't work for the walls. But we could make half of them actually be used for something completely different. I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. I really like that idea. Also, I can wrap this around. Oops. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. That's so cool. Especially with, like, the little light coming through. That's so cool. Okay. I say we're keeping that for sure. It breaks up symmetry, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do. A lot of like Star Wars and whatnot building or design is just destroying symmetry. Like that's the majority of the goal of it. This might actually also look cool just being on the sides, now that I think of it. I think the bottom looks better. The only problem with changing items like that is it is a little annoying to break them. Oh, I don't know why that got replaced like that. But we can also change things like this. But now you just can add like little bits of detail like wherever you want. You can even do this. Okay. I'm gonna undo this one. I think I like it better like this, but I do think I'm gonna keep this side. That's so cool. And then just clone that over. Welcome to Moon Base. We can even have like runners so that like you get an idea of like where you're supposed to go. Like these are pathways. Do I want that? I kind of do, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. At least not yet, because the glass here causes problems with that. Problems I don't want to fix. I'm keeping this though. And so now you can do like lasers mid-air even. Oh wait, you can even do something like this. This is goofy. Oh, that's so cool. So this would be a faraway detail because it looks like something you would collide with. Yeah. You can do like wires for something. Like big, just undo. Problem solved. I do like the animated vents that Gem made. You see them in places like this, especially with the grates over them. This texture is the same on every side, but it looks like it's framing in the fan intentionally. It's like little things like that add so much detail. Okay, so that's nice. I'm gonna consider this thing like essentially done. We can make this not just a welcome sign. And actually what I'm gonna do eventually is make this an animated texture, whether it's just a little bit of static in the background or if it's something different. But that'll add a lot of detail. I'm gonna take a fat hit of water. Okay. So that's kind of neat. I like that. I made this the other day. I think it's kind of neat. Definitely looks like it would benefit from my wires though. Oh. I feel like little like power cables hanging off of stuff like that. I love that stuff. Ooh. And it's hard to do in Minecraft. Like how do you do that normally? Could even make it so it's like that. That doesn't look right. Okay. Getting carried away. I would leave that command block there. It's not perfect. Now the next thing we need to do is, what is this? Is it a big fan? Is it like an air scrubber? I was kind of thinking of doing something where it's like a supply crate or like an ATM. That's not even close to the same thing. I want to do an ATM or like you walk up, you get something out of it. And it could be like a little like medi boost, like a place you walk up to. I know there's ones in like, I don't know, big pads that give you healing like in Half-Life or whatever. But you could do something kind of like that and just move the health pack just here. And so it's kind of in theme with the world, but it's also just simply a health pack. Speaking of Gem, that's where she's at. Let me make sure my voice is... if you have a hot mic, I'll let you know, Gem, but I do have you open. So if you want to say quick things, you can. But if you don't want to, don't worry about it. I'm going to assume that she's watching. I'll probably stream into nobody. I don't have a view count on my dashboard. Oh, no, I got 2 views. 2 viewers, I mean. Nice. I think the delay is pretty long. Okay, so a healing booth. Now, you don't want to do what most games do, and that's break the Geneva Convention. How do you do that? Here, I'll show you. This is how you can break the Geneva Convention. It's pretty simple, actually. We'll start with that, and then you do that. That's... This breaks the Geneva Convention. They don't want you to use the big red plus. So I want to kind of create an idea for a this is health type of icon. And it's kind of hard to do, but if I lean into it being shield, that kind of helps. So let me get rid of most of these. And I think we're going to use just like normal blocks. Like, actually these, I mean, these hang out as like, oh, they're too tall though. What about when they're folded up? Oh, actually that's perfect. A little bit of like an arcade cabinet situation. Okay, so you've got those. I'm gonna need some new blocks soon because I'm burning through the blocks that I like to use a bunch. Yeah, the delay is pretty long. I thought I changed it, but maybe it's not like that. That's okay. This might work. Grab that as well. I don't think this is a conveyor belt type of map, but it's nice to know that we have them. Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually pretty nice looking. Okay, and then I want to do, just throw it all like that for now. Oh, yeah, I can push them. So, for those that don't know, the GitHub is basically a way we can push the resource pack to each other, back and forth. I haven't fetched in 25 days. I hope you haven't changed anything. Oh, you haven't. Okay, good. I'm just going to call it hologram. But it's just how we sync the resource pack. Also, it's for the data pack, but currently there is, I'm the only one working on the data pack, so it's kind of like not that big of a deal if it's just a sync to the server. Okay, here we go. Something like that. The problem is we can't do that because of Zig fighting. But I can do slabs up here. What slabs do I have? These. Could do something like this, maybe. Okay. And then I don't hate that. Maybe ladders though. Let's we need to fix the icon for ladders. Okay, that actually looks pretty cool. And then you should be able to climb up because these are trapdoors become ladders. Interesting. Okay. Kind of a weird looking, I don't like the side profile, which is kind of what you see most of the time. I guess maybe not. Just a good chunk of the time. So how can we need a trapdoor that's just like sheeting. I think we need to make that. Yeah, that needs to exist. We could do stuff like that. Okay, let's make that right now. GIMP. And I'm gonna go ahead and close out of this. We shouldn't need it. Minimize that. Go back to GIMP. I'm gonna delete this. I think we're okay. File. What's the 32 by 32? Oh, okay. We can actually work with this. I'm drawn generally to a more bluish gray color, but I think we need a little bit more like purple. Like go a little bit. Let's go full purple and then make it not full purple. I don't like that though. Maybe a little bit red actually. Yeah, okay. Something like that. Maybe a hair less saturated. It's kind of a gross color. but I think we can make that work. Okay, so now if we get a more light, less saturated color, and I think why not keep the default vanilla, like oak trapdoor theme? Like maybe that'll work. I'm just gonna make these full and then fix them. Okay. We got that color. If we go back to here, we'll just go darker, much more saturated. And we'll do this. And I think we want to do a inversion like that. And the style I've been doing so far, I cut out the corners like that, and that kind of softens it just a hair. Okay, and then anchor this down. I can see this being actually pretty useful. Let's throw a noise filter. Do I want it more dull or do I want it rougher? I like it kind of a little bit duller. Around there, maybe. Do we want to add like a hue? A little bit like a grody hue? Let's go with that. So that would be in wooden trapdoor, I believe. Oh, I do have to do this side, so that's going to be kind of annoying. Oak door. I could do oak door. Do we not have a oak trapdoor side? Maybe we don't. Okay. Yeah, don't they look actually pretty sick? Okay. That actually works. Wait, that's actually so useful. It's very harsh, though. I like it, but it's too harsh. How do I soften it? But like, I don't think the lines here are good for it. I think it makes it look... So undo that, and I think we can just do a fill and replace. So let's grab this color and make it more... more like that. Yeah, see, that softened it. And then we'll make this one brighter. It's a hair pink. Bring that back just a little bit. Oops. Ooh, nether music. I love the nether music. Okay. Whoa. Okay. I think looking at that now, it's going to be a little bit softer. Yeah, that's more useful. So like it's still got texture, so something to look at, but only if you like go over and look at it. It's not going to be like drawing your attention. I kind of like the latter more, but I think that is better. That's definitely worse, right? Could do something like that. But it goes in too much. That's better. The only problem is it looks like you can jump on that ledge, and it's because they're the same block you can't. Maybe we do that. Okay. I think we're going to stick with this. It looks like an arcade machine, which is kind of cool. And then we can have a little hologram coming off of that that is basically like health here or whatever. What does this look like? It really looks so goofy. I can't even see that. What face is this actually on? Yeah, you just can't see it. It's kind of unfortunate. Okay. So this room is kind of, like this white area at least, is kind of done. They look like they're combined. This looks a little bit out of place. Maybe we can do, let's do a little bit of a silly spiral situation. That doesn't make a swastika, right? It kind of does, dang it. No matter what, you can't do a silly spiral. It always turns into a swastika. Just let me be silly. That looks cool, though. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. You can even do something like this on that side. Oh, but the Z fighting, dang it. Can you double them up like that? It's marginal. I think this is better. Actually, do that. That way it looks like it's being bulked up on that side. That looks better. That's definitely better. Okay. Getting a little bit of like a retro feel, which is what I want. It's definitely what I want. Okay, down here. What would this be? Maybe like fuel cells? So, okay, let's take a, as I punch the microphone, let's take a little bit of an overview of this, of the map. So we've got the main thing for this, I'm just moving slow. The main thing is these three, hydropods. That's probably not the right word. Like farms, super compact farms that are efficient. We've got beetroot, potatoes, and carrots. And these can all be the same eventually if we don't like those, but for now, I made them different. They're not even textured. The sea lantern's not even textured. There's a few minor things, but because they're hidden behind the glass, it doesn't really bother you much. But I will get to them eventually. Anyways, so this whole half of the moon base is food. And in hindsight, I think I should have made it, and I still can. I think we need like a hose looking thing for oxygen, and then also one for carbon dioxide, because there's no way to get oxygen in this building. And that just makes sense to just pump it into the carbon dioxide, at least into these, and pull off the oxygen. So that's kind of like the import and export, plus the food, of course. Water is, we'll say that they're fully like water sufficient. We don't have toilets. Like, yeah, you could be building toilets and stuff, but at a certain point, it's like, I don't know. Just imagine whatever pee happens goes to the plants, and then it's fully self-cyclable. Anyways, over here's the barracks, so that's like where people sleep. Maybe these can be, actually, that's a good place for a ventilation fan. It's a terracotta. And you can just do what I do and just place them all the same way, and then right click them until it works. And kind of want to try this. Does that look bad? Maybe if I do that. That's actually kind of cool. Let's move this. Oh, that's not gonna work. Let's move this. Dang it. This. I fly through this and flip it and put it back. That's better. Yeah. So you get a little bit of animation, just enough to show you that something's going on, but not enough to like give you all the answers. Honestly, these should be different blocks. Okay, what can Gem work on? What should Gem work on? Maybe, I don't know. What should she work on? That was kind of her idea. We'll let her have it. We'll let her figure it out. And keep it simple. Just like make it that way it's kind of, don't have to think about it way too much. Okay. Oh, I kind of like the jungle wood for this type of thing. Is there anything else structural looking? What type of wire do I think? That's a good question. This is very structural looking. Oh yeah. That is nice. That's very nice. Okay. What type of wire do you think? That'll be something maybe we can figure out. Okay, so along with the beds, maybe we do like a... I'm coming up with the idea of like a t-shirt cannon. So like you walk over to it and it just like makes you get dressed immediately, and that's just amusing to me. Oh, you fixed it? Did you push it? Okay. The fan actually looks pretty good, especially when you cover it up just a tiny bit. Just having a little bit of motion adds so much to a build. Okay. So these are going to be kind of a hard area to work with. I don't think these add any gameplay, so I think these should just be holograms. Dang it. That's going to take me a while to get used to. That's better, yeah. These do add gameplay, so I gotta be careful with them. Maybe just make mini monitors and then like controls behind them. Dang it, every time. So like a big screen there. Very nice. It'll add a lot when we do stuff like that. I could just do a double scale what we have now. Let's go ahead and add a tag to this. What is this? It's not agreeably. I mean, it kind of is. Map design. Map detail. Yeah, map detail is fine. I think that makes sense. Map dot detail, and then we'll add map dot moon base. The moon base is kind of important. That way we can kill everything with the tag of map dot moon base and map dot detail, and then respawn it back in just in case. Oh, that's not gonna work. That looks so cool. So simple too. Okay. Put it here for now. Negative Z by 1, 2, 3.5. And we get the map. Oh, is it transformation.scale? Yeah, so that's why I didn't touch redstone dust. Item display. I hate how this is. You have to add everything. You can't just add one thing. Okay. So we're scaling it up by 2. And it's going to be in the ground a little bit, but that's kind of funny. I think it's only 1 block in the ground. was half a block in the ground. Okay. Yeah. It is and it isn't. You just have to know all of the different... There's like, what, the T, the normal, straight, single by itself, the angle, and then the full cross. That's probably all of them. So you just have to manually do all of those, which is kind of tedious. But it works. It's just simply not fun. Oh yeah, look at that. That's sick. That is sick. Okay. And these can actually be same. Well. Oh, I already duplicated it. Oops. Minus 1.5 probably. It's 2.5. And go ahead and kill that. Oop. Sweet. So we have our holograms. You can shoot through them, so it's kind of an interesting gameplay element of like minor cover. Because if I don't have free cam. But wait, do they hide you? Let me look it through. Oh, that is weird. Maybe it's just my visual mods. That's got to be a bug somewhere to somebody. Do I have my cape on? I kind of like the idea that that's like a cloaking ability. That's like kind of interesting. Does she have more than one cape? I didn't realize that. That's so weird. Okay. I don't know if that's good or bad. Wait, put armor on. Put armor on. That's weird. I hope that's vanilla. I hope that's not a modded thing. These don't have hitboxes, right? Okay, good. Yeah, see, I can't even see myself. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it definitely would. Okay. Distractions aside, we have some desks to build. And I think we build them in this style. Why not? Okay. That's what I wanted. I won't put those there then. Okay, so on the sides we can do something else, but I don't know what. We'll do like a wing desk, that's kind of silly. Be consistent. Consistency is kind of important for this type of stuff. So I guess these are the sides. If it's like a pillared situation. I don't know if I like that though. Wait, that's actually kind of cool. Dang it. Whiffed. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know. Because then you could do something like this on the top of these. That looks so retro too. Honestly, that's not bad either. That's kind of cool. Maybe we do that. And then we can actually put our buttons up here that go the other way. How many times will it take me to figure that out? Oops. Do I like that? I think I do. I like it being framed in. That makes it feel so retro. And that's kind of what I'm going for here. Let's clone it. Let's how does that look? I don't like that. That's just boring. What block did I use over here? I don't like this either. Let's think here. So the spooky theme from Celeste playing. It's a pretty good theme. Crayolas. Maybe. I don't hate that. I could make that work. Also, do we even need anything there? We might not. We might not. But yeah, go ahead and clone this. Flip it. We even... Ooh. Kind of juicy. Yeah. Okay, now we do a quick little clone. Oh, that's kind of funny. And we still need chairs, but that's whatever. Okay, I really like these little terminals. Let me clone another one. Because it'll fit right here. I just have to replace this glass. And the trick with these is even though the builds are exactly the same, you change out the texture here and you're fine. That fixes everything. So that's gonna be the hard part. How do you make that interesting without it being too much work? And I think what these will do is they'll just be different systems. So one will be food supply, one will be something else. This will be like a big overview. This is the actual welcome to Moonbase sign. And we can make some of them dynamically change, which I think would be kind of sick. Be so cool. Like as you're playing, you can, like, let's say you shoot the oxygen tank, and then you watch the oxygen tank meter deplete one. That would be so cool. We're not going to do that. That's like kind of pointless. Unless there's a game motor on that, then maybe that would be kind of cool. But for now, we'll skip that. I added these because they look like little feet for it, and it's really funny. Makes it look so stubby. Can't put it on the end for some reason. Yeah, because it interferes with the diagonal square there. So cramped. Yeah, we kind of need chairs, and I don't know if we should do real chairs or if we should do like fake ones, but that's regardless something we need. We also need some one-offs. I don't need that stone. So what I mean by that is we need stuff like maybe would work here. I guess in here's the best example of it. Things that'll be one block and that's it. So whether it's like a ammo crate or something like that, just something generally useful. Like I think this could technically, well, I think a melon actually is one of those things. Yeah, it is. So like that looks like something, right? And we could even put a trapdoor on it. I like those. Yeah, those aren't bad. Do I have any more trapdoors? I think I need more trapdoors is the problem. They look pretty good though. This can be a pipe. That needs to be a pipe. So we get some... I don't know what these are supposed to be. And then this will be fueled through here. Maybe these are ventilation. Yeah, these are oxygen supply. Okay. So oxygen comes up from somewhere. Maybe we can do something like that. So like it goes into the ground. Which does make this parkour I think it's kind of easy either way. Also, I have speed, so that helps. I think that'll be it. Oxygen tank 1. Oxygen tank 2. And there's fuel or oxygen being dumped into here so everybody sleeps really well. That's so nice of them. So that means we can put oxygen pumps like on this thing. And we need a vent looking. Maybe something like that. Don't like it. Oh. That looks terrible, but I like the way the side of it looks. Could I do something as simple as like that plus a ladder? That kind of sells the effect, actually. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's not bad. That's not bad. Just put another one of these crates. This looks like a terminal station. You can see through the glass, I think. Like it's clearer almost. Can you see that through the wall? Yeah, you can. Oh yeah, look at that. Get some like reports. Secret intel, food supplies. That's not bad. Okay. Okay, so these things over here, I'm going to assume this is water. Well, maybe not. This is supposed to be generators. I started showcasing off the floor of this place, but then I got immediately distracted. So these are supposed to be generators producing something. Ideally power, that makes the most sense, because there's no power source. So get some oxygen in here. They are kind of the oxygen colors, but that's fine. So what two things can we combine to make power? Because that's kind of what these are being pumped into. And then this is maybe stage 2. So like, I don't know, maybe at first these become water and then water gets pumped into this thing. I don't know. I do know that there's no fat cables coming out of it, so that's kind of important. Oh, and I can't do that. It's kind of annoying. These would be fatter. These would be lightning rod power. Yeah. Love the way these look. If you do them that way, does it matter? No. The only problem is these don't look like they have ports for it. Like that just looks like two blocks that aren't meant to go together. I do this? Oh. That almost looks like it works. I think I'm already fatiguing. Where are we at? We hit 2 hours? We just hit 2 hours. I think I might call it quits soon. I don't like the way that looks. This is alright. Maybe we can have some of these up there. Actually, yes. These. The vents. But I can't. They look like heat sinks too at the same time. They also have a problem where if you do this, they look super cool on top, and you get on the sides. Oh no, this works. Okay, just leave it then. Yeah. Oh yeah, these are copper bulbs. I forgot about that. Can I clone this whole thing? Or most of it? There we go. Oops, forgot the lightning rods. That's okay. So we've got that. Ooh, the problem is it looks kind of bad from underneath. Maybe we do bigger banks. Also, this should just be moved here anyways. Like staggered events. Doesn't matter, you can't see them. Dang it. Hate when that happens. That does look pretty structural, actually. Which this room is not supposed to be pretty. It's supposed to be purposeful. That's better. Yeah. That is better. That's cool. These are not better. These are booty. What does this look like? Oh, I can't do it. Yeah, because it'll be vertical. It looks kind of cool as like just like a little antenna. Not here, but for other things. That's good to keep in mind. Maybe we do these. Oh yeah, that's meant for that. Okay. I'm getting to the part where I'm just dead silent. That's definitely a swastika. Oops. Trying to make a cool pattern. That wasn't intentional. That's kind of cool. Wait, then you could do something like this. Oh, that looks sick. That looks really cool. I don't know where I'm going to use that, but I'm going to use that. Okay. I'm kind of just fiddle farting around because I need to like blink a couple times and get another drink. So I think I'm going to call it quits here, and we'll keep on next time. Maybe we'll work more on this. Maybe we'll be somewhere else, but I will definitely work on this between streams. And I think that's it. So thanks everybody for stopping by and chatting along, both Emmy and Smally, as well as those who watch it later. If anybody does, great. If not, I don't know. I'm a little bit sad, but I can live. And I think that's it. So I'll catch you in the next stream, or maybe the video.